at 8:15. Speaking of TikTok, do you need to be worried about the popular social media app? TikTok is in the spotlight right now with many federal employees and military branches no longer allowing their employees to have the app on official devices.
Yeah, that app collects a lot of user data, and for that reason and more, the Better Business Bureau warning there is reason to approach TikTok with caution. Joining us live to talk more about this is Danielle Kane with the Better Business Bureau. Good morning.
Hi, good morning.
Good morning. I was just showing Emily, my daughter has downloaded TikTok on my phone, and I never really thought much of it. But now I'm thinking, oh man, what if they, what do these governments have on me?
You're funneling state secrets.
Yeah,
So who knows who?
Yeah, they're probably pretty bored. So where does this information go that the app saves?
So that is really the million-dollar question. That is why there is some concern over TikTok, because it collects a lot of data. I don't want to say it collects, exponentially more than the social media apps we're used to, but it can collects about 125 pages within the first 9 seconds of being on the app. The issue is we don't know where that data goes, and we don't know who has access to it or what the policies are behind the protection of the data versus your US-based social media apps, Facebook, Instagram. We have a much better hold on how it's used and where it goes.
Yeah, I think that's really kind of the big sticking point. I know that's an issue that President Trump and other government officials have raised, is that because this is a Chinese-based app, they're kind of concerned about it. So what are some tips you might have for businesses or people who do want to use TikTok, because everyone's trying to find new ways to reach out to consumers and to connect with followers right now? So is there a way to use it safely?
Yeah, I think there is a way to use it safely. I think for business owners, there is reason for them to consider whether or not they'd like to allow it on work devices. We tell business owners there's really no such thing as being too small to be hacked or to be breached. In fact, 43% of small business owners are the target of data breaches. So there's reason. But if they allow for it, it really just comes down to making sure that your employees understand your data protection protocols, making sure they're following all your typical safe cyber practices, and really making sure that whatever technology you have on that device protects the data in place. If it's company, valuable company data, making sure that you have the correct software and things like that.
Yeah, but just like for the individual person, like I've got my phone. Does that mean that the Chinese government has access to my pictures or my emails or my checking account information? I mean, what do consumers need to be aware of?
Yeah, so I think the main thing for consumers is to really wrap their heads around how much and what pieces of data are being collected. When you say data, it kind of feels like just this intangible thing. You don't really know what's being collected. But TikTok collects things like your IP address, your location, your behavioral data, your browser history, your clipboard. So it's really getting to know you. And if that's something that doesn't make you comfortable as a consumer, maybe that app, isn't for you if you're not comfortable, particularly because it's not a US-based app. As far as our Chinese officials seeing your pictures or seeing your accounts, we can't say. Most likely not, but that doesn't mean that there isn't a risk for them to eventually get their hands on that data.
They see lots of pictures of my pug, if that's
I
the
was going
case.
to say it would be a bunch of dogs and a bunch of salads. That's about it.
Pretty exciting. Yeah.
Yeah. What should someone do, Danielle, if they think that maybe they're being hacked, or if maybe you're not sure if TikTok is the reason that your phone's being weird, but if you think that someone has access to your data, what do we do next?
It's a good question. There's a couple different things you can do. If you think someone has access to your data, it kind of depends on which data you think they have access to. If we're talking about your financial accounts and your banking information, then you have to go the route of course, alerting your bank, alerting your credit card companies, changing your credit cards, putting a credit freeze, things like that. If it's not as nefarious and they might have just hacked your Instagram account, notify Instagram, change your Instagram password. And if you really just want to do away with your whole phone and start fresh, then you can port your cell phone number onto a new phone and kind of just go from there so that you don't have all the same apps and information on that particular device.
Okay,
Well, the thought of just
interesting
wiping it all
information.
clean and being done with it all together
Yeah.
is so nice.
Yeah.
Yes, fresh start. Okay, well, Danielle, thanks so much for joining us. Some interesting information about
Yeah.
TikTok and that concern about the app. And of course, we'll put all of the information and more on KOIN.com. Have a